Tokyo is one of the largest cities in the world with a population of about 14 million people. Tokyo was once called Edo, and in the late 12th century, the Edo clan created the village of Edo. The following is a summary of the history of Tokyo, from a small fishing village to the dramatic changes it underwent to become the Tokyo of today. Edo Castle and Edo Era. In the latter half of the 12th century, the Edo clan established the village Edo, and after a while, Edo Castle, part of the current Tokyo Imperial Palace, was built by Oda Doken in 1457, and later became a branch castle of the Hojo clan in 1524, and the Hojo clan was destroyed in 1590 when Hideyoshi Toyotomi conquered Odawara. In 1590, Hideyoshi Toyotomi defeated the Hojo clan in Odawara, and Ieyasu Tokugawa moved the castle to his former domain, the so-called Kanpachishu, and made it his residence. When Ieyasu made the castle as his residence, the castle was only temporarily repaired. However, it was later expanded and improved during the reigns of Hidetada II and Ieyasu III, and the large castle was completed in 1636, during the reign of Ieyasu. Edo era started in 1603 and lasted until 1868. Ieyasu Tokugawa and Edo. When Ieyasu opened the shogunate in Edo in 1603, the city's prosperity was assured, and by 1609 it was already a major city with 150,000 inhabitants. What was once a small fishing village had grown to house 1 million people by 1721. Edo became the center of Japan, and for over 200 years, Edo enjoyed a period of peace, known as the Tokugawa Era. Edo Culture. Before the Edo era, the center of culture was Kyoto, Osaka, and other parts of the Kamigata region, but as the Edo period approached its latter stages, a culture centered in Edo began to flourish. For example, the most famous example would be Kabuki. Kabuki was first performed in Kyoto in 1603, then started in Edo in 1624. In the Edo era, ukiyo-e prints became popular as well. Sumo, rakugo also became popular in Edo era. Japan was not entirely closed to other countries. It is said that Japan was closed to other countries during this period, but it did not close the country completely. It adopted a policy of trade restriction and traded with the Netherlands, China, and Korea. Opening ports. In 1853, an American warship led by Matthew C. Perry appeared off the coast of Uraga, the entrance to Edo Bay. Perry presented the president's letter of intent to the shogunate and pressed for the opening of the country. The following year, in 1854, Perry showed up again, and Japan signed the Treaty of Amity between the United States and Japan, opening the ports of Shimoda and Hakodate. The U.S. demanded that the U.S.-Japan Treaty of Amity and Commerce be signed in order to further promote trade, and in addition to the two ports, 5 other ports, Yokohama, Nagasaki, Niigata, and Kobe, were open to free trade. The End of Edo Era. Takamori Saigo of the Satsuma clan, and Kagoro Katsura of the Choshu clan joined forces to form the Sacho alliance. With the two powerful clans united, the movement to overthrow the shogunate accelerated. In 1867, the shogun, Yoshinobu Tokugawa, returned power to the imperial court. It marked the end of the samurai government that had lasted for about 700 years since the Kamakura period. Tokyo as new capital. After the departure of Yoshinobu Tokugawa, the new government forces moved into Edo, and an administrative district called Edo Prefecture was established. At this time, the idea of relocating the capital from Kyoto to a more suitable area for the creation of a new Japan was also raised, and a location for the relocation of the capital was sought. In the midst of this situation, a proposal to divide the capital functions between Edo and Kyoto, and rename Kyoto as Nishikyo, and Edo as Tokyo was submitted. The proposal was approved, and the capital was moved to Edo on July 17, 1868. The name was also changed from Edo to Tokyo, and the history of Tokyo began. Meiji Era. As the Meiji Era began, Western culture was put to full practical use, and the infrastructure was improved with the opening of the railroad between Shimbashi and Yokohama in 1872, and the number of modern brick buildings increased rapidly. The Great Kanto Earthquake and the War. On September 1, 1923, a massive earthquake struck Tokyo and the rest of the Kanto region. The so-called Great Kanto Earthquake occurred, leaving more than 100,000 people dead or missing, and fires broke out, turning the city into a sea of fire and devastating it. However, Shinpei Goto, who was the mayor of Tokyo at the time, planned a new city and successfully rebuilt it. In 1941, the Pacific War broke out, and incendiary bombs began raining down on Tokyo, burned the city of densely built wooden houses to the ground. After the war, the rebuilding of the city began to center on Tokyo, and by 1955, the city of Tokyo was back on its feet. Post-war reconstruction to modern age. As Japan entered a period of high economic growth, the 1964 Tokyo Olympics, the opening of the Shinkansen bullet train, the construction of expressways, and the expansion of Tokyo's urban areas all contributed to the city's rapid development. In the latter half of the 1980s, the bubble economy caused the price of land in Tokyo to skyrocket, and the collapse of the bubble economy in 1991 caused some negative effects, such as the appearance of vacant lots everywhere. Until the 1600s, Tokyo, Edo, was a small village. Tokyo was burned out and destroyed by the earthquakes and the war. However, every time people have worked on rebuilding Tokyo, and it is developing still now. Is it true that Tokyo is not the capital of Japan? In 1950, it was clearly stated in the capital construction law that Tokyo was the national capital. However, this was abolished in 1956. In the subsequent Metropolitan Area Development Law, the wide area around Tokyo, including the Tokyo metropolitan area, is defined as the metropolitan area, but the article defining it as the capital has been lost. For this reason, we cannot clearly state that Tokyo is the capital. Nevertheless, Tokyo is the capital in fact and form, and the official position of the Japanese government is that although there is no law directly stipulating that the capital is Tokyo, we believe that it is widely accepted by society as a whole that Tokyo is the capital of Japan.
We offer a wide variety of properties for rent and sale, and provide property information in English. If you are interested in renting, leasing, buying, or selling real estate in Japan or in Tokyo, please check our website. We also run a website called Japan Living Guide, which provides living information. Thank you so much for watching. If you found today's video useful, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. Please hit the little bell button as well to get notifications of our upcoming videos. If you have any questions or thoughts, we would love to hear them in the comments too. See you next time!